Hey, good morning, good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday. That's great news for some people, not great news for other people that maybe are working, and doesn't really matter to other people that recently lost their jobs for whatever reason. Anyways, okay. Hey, so comfort zone, Shmumfort zone, comfort zone, Shmumfort zone. Yeah, comfort zone, right? Fuck it. Step outside your comfort zone. Try new things. Try new things. Try new things. You hear that all the time. You hear that all, and okay, this is what this is actually about. I'm just gonna there's a few things that we need to discuss. There's a few things we need to discuss. We're gonna talk a little bit about anxiety, because your anxiety can prevent you from doing the things, from stepping outside your comfort zone, from experiencing life or experiencing anything. But then also your intuition, right? Because sometimes you're like, oh, like I want to step outside my comfort zone. I want to try new things, but you're unsure of what you want to do, right? You're unsure of what you want to do, or what there's something that's being presented to you. You're being given like, hey, do you want to do this? You want to do this, and you're not sure if you want to do it, right? And if your anxiety is spiking up, then you need to just fuck it and do it. Just do the fucking damn thing. Just do the damn thing. Just fucking fuck your anxiety and just do it. Rip the band-aid off, experience the thing, and then you realize once you get to the other side of it, of just like doing the thing, it wasn't so bad and your anxiety was stupid. Because that's the thing, your anxiety is like this big mental thing, and what you end up doing is you start going into all these places, you know, like, oh, what if, and all these worries that are coming up as a result of your life's experiences. And it's unknowing. We talk about trauma, and we talk about like anxiety, and like how you carry these things through life. It's all like in your subconscious. It's all packed away. You're not aware of it. You do want to, I recommend you not, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I would recommend that you start unpacking it and exploring these things, because then you can actually get rid of it all, and you don't have these moments of anxiety where your thoughts are like, you know, and like all these, like basically getting attacked by your own brain. So if it's your anxiety that's coming up, just do the damn thing, because it's the best way for you to train yourself to recognize that your anxiety doesn't control you. Your anxiety doesn't control you. Your anxiety doesn't dictate your actions, and it does not dictate outcomes. It's just worries, it's fears, right? So if you weren't letting this anxiety control what you're doing, and then you prevent yourself from doing these things and experiencing life, then, you know, you're going to be constantly living in this fear of the outcomes of these things. But just doing the thing shows you that there's no basis for the anxiety, you know? It's like this little cycle. You literally just have to break it. Just break the chain. Just break the chain. However, if you are working on honing your intuition, or if you are spiritual or energetically inclined, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, it doesn't matter. If you are refining your intuition, or working with your intuition, or if you have a very strong intuition, then you need to also recognize the difference between your anxiety spiking up and your intuition, because sometimes your intuition is going to spike up and it feels a little bit like anxiety. It's like this panic thing, right? But you really just look like, at least maybe not for everybody, but sometimes I get that feeling, and it's just my intuition kind of like a little like red flag, like, hey, just so you know, like, let's just like take a step back and explore this a little bit. Is this like, or, you know, that's what it is. That's what I've learned it can be for me at times. However, what you need to recognize is, obviously, if your intuition is saying no, don't do it, then you want to listen to your intuition, right? You want to listen to it. You want to explore that and strengthen that. And you strengthen that by exploring it. And sometimes you make the wrong decision and you learn. And sometimes you make the right decision and you learn, because you're like, yeah, I made the right decision and that felt good. And this was, you know, what that experience was. So you have to still explore it, but you have to recognize, is it an anxiety-based fear that's preventing me from stepping outside my comfort zone and doing these things? Or am I not taking action on these things or doing these things because my intuition is telling me not to? Because sometimes that anxiety and that your intuition putting up that wall and saying, wait, let's not do it, can feel very similar. And you need to learn the difference. So you need to learn yourself, right? That's what this always comes down to. Learn yourself, because, and everything that I've just said, this is just my own personal experience. This is just what I recognized, and something that works for me. Maybe it's going to work for you to kind of like just be aware of it, because once you have awareness of yourself and awareness of how things operate, of how you react, of your intuition, of your anxiety, of whatever's going on, once you have that awareness, then you can work better with it. You can work to even overcome things like anxiety, right? So learn yourself, Go meditate. Take 5 minutes, even just 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 5 minutes, just meditate and shut down your mind. Just let things come up, but don't let them control you. Don't let them control you, right? You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Just meditate, understand yourself, learn yourself, and put yourself in situations where you have to refine your intuition and where your anxiety might spike up, because you need to experience these things, right? You need to experience these things so you can create that discernment of what they are. And when it comes to intuition, it doesn't mean like, oh, like, let's go walk down a really dangerous alley in the middle of the night in like a sketchy part of a really big city. No, we don't need to refine our intuition like that. What you can do is you can just go for a walk and come to a fork in the road and say, do I want to go left and do I want to go right? Take a few steps left and go back to center. Take a few steps right and go back to center, and see what it feels like. Really pay attention to what it feels like in your body, in your heart, in your head, everywhere. What does it feel like? What are you thinking? Like, all these things come into play, because sometimes what you're thinking isn't always what your intuition is also telling you. And you have to learn how. It's a fucking puzzle. It's a fucking puzzle, and you're a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a vest. There you go. That's what it is. But that's what it comes down to. Understanding yourself, learning yourself, and just going with it, figuring it out. Figuring it out. So yeah, fuck your comfort zone, fuck your anxiety, fuck all of that stuff. Forget it. Don't worry about any of those things. Work on your intuition, work on refining your intuition, but you gotta also blast through those comfort zones when it comes to your anxiety or anything else that's preventing you from being your awesome self, right? Right. Okay. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go do some of that self-care stuff. And that's it. Yeah, I could have gone with a smooth sign off today, but I didn't. I probably couldn't have, even if I tried. Okay, have an amazing Friday, everybody.